What is up, YouTube? We just got some cool NSO news, and I really wanted to make a video to talk about it, but and maybe some additional speculation or whatnot. But let's start things off first by saying I have been sleeping more, so the weekly or the weekday streaming probably not gonna happen. Try as I might. I think I'm just gonna save it all to the weekend. I did upload here and there, but don't expect too much content during the weekdays anymore, I guess, right now. But with that to the side and out of the way, let's go over on their window capture, because I want to talk about oh, okay, that's not good. I just had it open and it closed, whatever. Let's talk about, well, we don't want to see that yet. Pyro. I was gonna say Pyroro. I think that's what he says, right? In the WarioWare games, whatever. He predicted the GBA NSO date or announcement. But what we didn't know was that Golden Sun was double dropped with its sequel on GBA NSO. It comes out the 17th. Cool. You know, GBA library expands any NSO library. I mean, GBA and I want to say N64, like, I don't know, they really pack a punch when they get additions. The rest of the NSO systems, kind of just like, oh, okay, you know. For Game Boys, like, or for old school Game Boy, if it's not Pokemon, I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, stop getting to like my personal opinions. So, and let's look at something else that came up. This guy Isaac, allied adepts on X. I was about to say Twitter. Nintendo just confirmed in their Japanese press release for the Golden Sun games content is so that the service will emulate the link cable method, negating the need to write long passwords. Now, I'm not too familiar with the password thing since I never played Golden Sun, but I believe somebody said 260, which that is insane. And I feel like it just sounds really long, right? And I'm gonna click on this Nintendo article from Japan. Probably translate, let it load. If I could, it shows like a lot of images, but you don't need the translation right now. I don't know if this is a Japan thing or is part of the new edition. Okay, it rolled up my screen. But I just thought this. Let me click one without you showing up. There's like a little L. So maybe that goes for like the left link cable and like somebody else would be a right link cable. I don't know, but I think that's interesting that GBA gets another update. Although albeit very software / game specific. So I don't know. I don't know how exactly I feel about that, because go back to me. I kind of want, you know, that whole N64 swap characters, or even the other systems do it too, actually. Except Game Boy. It's just Game Boy and Game Boy Advance that doesn't let you switch the player order. Which is kind of lame, honestly. And also, you can't share like player one controls. So Mario Luigi Superstar Saga is a huge one. I would love to play co-op in the story and not just play Mario Bros. That's the same game on the other Mario games on the system, where you just play classic Mario Bros. And then same thing goes for WarioWare, where you could, like, back in the day, you would share one side of the Game Boy. You hold like R and then A and B, and the other player would hold the D-pad and L, and you could like play like that. Like you literally share a Game Boy, like one hand. Okay, I get one hand, player two gets the other side with one hand, and you split the Game Boy like that. That is really interesting idea. and creative, and kind of ingenious. Not to like glaze it up or anything, but it was fun, especially Mario Party Advance. And then when the game, I think I talked about it, but I don't know, like the Game Boy player, I think that's when I used to have it, and Superstar Saga. But I don't recall if player 2 was only Luigi or not. I probably did, but maybe I didn't have someone to play with me or that long. Or maybe I was at a plateau, so we could like advance to the game. But man, if Nintendo could just make like a Game Boy player, I don't know, like edition thing, just to like play Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, like maybe not port it, but some kind of like how they do with the link cable for Golden Sun, that would be awesome. But I'm definitely not holding my breath for it or anything. And then as I'm playing, what you should be here right now is F-Zero Maximum Velocity OST. At this point, with Golden Sun double dropping, and we had like a triple drop in Harvest Moon actually coming to the English NSO translated. At this point, I am expecting Maximum Velocity to drop with GP Legend. And as far as F-Zero Climax, hopefully it comes to Japan NSO as a triple drop. I'm not 100% on it though, but you know, a guy could hope it's a triple drop. I don't expect it to come to English NSO, despite it has a decent amount of English text, but I don't know. I think it's like in the controls where it's Japanese, so maybe it's not the most popular just because of like visuals. I don't know. Well, would it be the most popular overseas because it didn't go overseas? I don't know, what am I talking about? But next, we'll go back to the window capture now, and we'll just look at this old rumor, right? Or data mine leak. It's pretty old. It has one thing right, which I'll go over in a sec. Well, let's refresh everybody, you know, because this is from a while back. So this is from Nintendo Life. Okay, following from the initial leak, a list of games apparently tested for their service have now been shared online by Twitter user and data miner Mondo Mega. The games highlighted in yellow on the list below have supposedly been in a ROM folder at some point, but have not appeared a leaked build of Game Boy Advance emulator codenamed Sloop. The same source also explains how these games have been tested. In other words, there's no guarantee all of them will necessarily receive a release in the future, even if the GBA service is announced. So this was way back before even GBA was out there. As you can see, there are all sorts of GBA classics mentioned, such as Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, Metroid Fusion, Mario Kart, Super Circuit, F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, and the fantastic Golden Sun games. Wow. So already, I mean, let's go back to me. When you talk about like triple A's, it's not really that crazy of a prediction, right? Especially with like Metroid isn't even that crazy of a prediction. In my opinion, just because like Metroid Dread, I want to say, I don't know, and like it's just hard to explain. Like Metroid in general, I think has like risen up, right, from being like, I don't know, in the tier of like F-Zero and Star Fox. I feel like it's a step up there now just because of Dread and other NSO games that Metroid is on. But before we jump the gun to GBA, I did forget to mention about, what is it, Smash 64. I think it was like January 22nd or 25th. I don't know. Or maybe it's like 18th. I can't recall. But it's 25th anniversaries this month. We did have the Gex reveal last year, right? Or a little teaser. The remake's coming, or a remake, I don't know. And then Banjo already hit its 25th anniversary last year, and there's rumors of a remake. So, assuming the direct is in about February, it's going to be pretty interesting to see like what N64 news we get. Maybe it's not NSO, but and Gex was like on PlayStation as well, so maybe it's not exactly N64, but I would still count it a little bit as N64, I guess. We're gonna get, I think it's safe to say at this point, we're gonna get some kind of N64 related news. And also, keep in mind, Pyro did not have to reply to his own post. He said GBA NSO news today. It said, it was like a post from last year that said N64. And I don't know why he replied to that. At first I was like, wait, did he make a post about N64 this year? But no, that was from last year. However, maybe he's trying to hint at something for the Direct, right? So, I don't know. That's what gets my hopes going. I would take that with a grain of salt. So, it's about time Smash 64 gets on NSO. If it's like Banjo-Tooie or like just the first Banjo remake, cool. They show some Gex or more Gex gameplay, which is probably, I think, has a decent shot. Awesome. But let's go back to the window capture. Alright. So basically what they're saying, these games have been tested, right? At Nintendo, I want to say. But like you said, it doesn't mean like they're going in. So let's look at the list. And this is crazy, but Astro Boy and Mega Factor. I'm familiar with Astro Boy, but not the game. Car Battler Joe. No idea what that is. A lot of Castlevanias. Excuse me. Also has the region. Hope they have Casserole. It's a big list. I guess I should read the whole thing instead of just Castlevania, right? Castlevania Area of Sorrow, Castlevania Circle of Moon, Choo Choo Rocket, which I'll be down if it's just on Japan, so I don't know if it's multiplayer, but I'm willing to give it a go. Drill Dozer. Is that like Driller Land, or I think I'm familiar with the drill game. Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. Did that drop? I'm sorry, I'm not even sure. F-Zero Maximum Velocity, which was announced. Game & Watch Gallery 4. It makes sense because we have Game & Watch already on Game Boy. Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age, they're about to show up. Gunstar Superheroes, personal favorite. Have not played that in a minute. Had to watch gameplay again. But I don't think it's multiplayer though, unfortunately. Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town for the Harvest Moon fans. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. That is wild. Because that seems like I get, you know, Sora and Smash and all that, and we got like Cloud Kingdom Hearts games, so maybe, and then like the Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, so it has that going for it, but still it's quite a feat to get on NSO, a paid subscription service that maybe one day down the road could like be taken away or whatever. But that's a whole different topic. It's just crazy. Very Amazing Mirror, like it's already on, so. But like I said, the triple A's like the Kirby's, F-Zeros. I know Star Fox is on GBA, but if you look like Mario's, it's like okay, but is it really? You know, that's hard. I mean, that's easier to predict. Excuse me. Koro Puzzle Happy Penninshu. Sounds like a puzzle game. Kururin Hal, and it's one of the first games. Lufia Ruins of Lore, I don't even know what that is. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario Golf, which is already on. Mario Golf Advanced Tour, yep. Mario Kart Super Circuit, which, Tour, I guess that'll be okay. It's gonna be a while to get all that. Mario Tennis Power Tour. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which we'll get into that later. Mega Man Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man. Interesting. Yeah, there's two different versions. Right? I would assume there's different versions. There's like a game, I think that's the game of like Team Proto, and there's like a Team Wolf or sort Team Mega. I don't know. Mega Man Battle Network 2. I'm not entirely familiar with the Network series, unfortunately. I played the first one a decent amount. I think I played a little bit of 5, oddly enough. Mega Man 03. which that is very interesting. Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, which I think we have both of those, right? Or Zero Mission. I'm not 100% Zero Mission. I'm sorry. I'm just not a huge Metroid fan. I played Metroid Fusion. That was really fun, but I just reached a plateau in that game. Mr. Driller 2, awesome. So I don't know what was with that other Drill Dozer game, whatever, in the beginning. But I like Mr. Driller, and I hope that's multiplayer. That'll be a good one. Ninja 5, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Oh my gosh, please come over. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. Another good one. It was on Wii U. I'm not going to talk about every single one that was on Wii U. Super Mario Advance 4. Super Mario Bros. 3, that's on. Super Robot Tyson Original Generation. Oh, that sounds like Gundam, I believe, right? Tactics, but it's in US. I'm not 100%. Tactics Ogre, The Knight of Lotus, alright. Wario Land 4, which should be on soon. It's probably, if they would have a list, that would be a contender in the February direct. WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games already on. Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3, Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. All those are on GBNSO. Now, let's get into this. I think I talked about N64 enough. All we have is F-Zero, right? That's left. Go back to me. We just have F-Zero. Most likely, I'll put my money on GP Legend. Double dropping at least. I don't know about Climax. But I think Climax will. Maybe just for Japan and so though. It'll be awesome for US. But that won't happen until March, I'd say, because the way they cycle around, it's like, okay, this month you get GBA, and hopefully next month you get N64, but I don't think it's how it works like that. They might go through like SNES and Genesis, and then like N64 after that. So it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So it's like really, dragging NSO drops as usual. But let's go back to the list and see just like what they got right. Right? Excuse me, I am a little sick. So, they got F-Zero Maximum Velocity, that's one. Golden Sun games, 3 games in total so far. Kirby Amazing Mirror, 4. Kurin 5. Remember, this is all the way before GBA was even announced. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga 6. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember reading Mario Party Advance, but that's awesome. That needs to come. I'm sure that'll be in the announcement. Some of these were like remakes, so it's a little fishy, but we'll get to that. Metroid Fusion, I think that's 6. I don't know if Zero Mission was a. I guess we'll go 7. I feel like that's already. I think it is on NSO, now I recall. Super Mario Bros. Advance 4. That is 8. Wario Land 4. No. I'm sorry. Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3. Is that 8 or 9? And Legend of Zelda, it's like 9 or 10. I lost count. But 10 games, right? And out of those, I'd say the least predictable, which has the most meaning, would be. I want to put F-Zero Maximum Velocity up there, just because GP Legend I feel like overshadows it by a lot. Maybe Golden Sun, although that's arguable, but both of them seems a little, seems like a harder like reach compared like just the Mario's and Kirby's. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, I don't think I could give honestly. Like that meaningful of a prediction or like evidence. Or Kururin definitely one. And both Metroids too. Debatable. Wario, he's on the Mario team. So I don't know. But now let's talk about like the remake type games. So here's where you run into some issue. Like you said, there's no guarantee everything's gonna come on, right? So I don't know if like they didn't know about it or like I don't know. It's hard to tell. Let's start Mario versus Donkey Kong. We just had the remake, and I feel like that may hinder sales. Although it's Mario, so maybe Nintendo won't care. But it just that's harder to grasp out whether it will actually drop or not. And if I think it did for all of these, it won't be till like late in the GBA drops. Like maybe after they get all their sales and stuff. So that's all I gotta say for that. But like there is differences. Like some people like the originals, but at the same time Nintendo doesn't want to compete with themselves with sales and NSO because Super Mario RPG isn't on NSO still, unfortunately enough. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. Mega Man Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man and Mega Man Battle Network 2. Again, we just had a collection released, and I believe number 5 was on there. I'm not sure if the first Mega Man Battle Network had like multiplayer, so maybe they'd be stingy, be like, alright, put that on. But at the same time, GBA was a big part of it. And also interesting though, they didn't test any mainline Pokemon games. So that is a little concerning. I don't know if that's a bad thing, or just because maybe Pokemon wants to do something else, or maybe Pokemon is completely against the idea, so people just keep getting main series Pokemon. I'm not sure. It's however you want to look at it, but if they could just drop like one, Battle Network 2 and 5 would be awesome in NSO. I'll take any NSO Mega Man Battle Network just to get some battles, potential battles going. But if not, it is what it is. The collection is right there for the fans. Do I expect it? Not entirely, honestly. Like, I have low expectations. It will catch everybody off guard. Again, if Mario vs. Donkey Kong or any Battle Network were to drop, it'd be towards the end. Now, there has been Mega Mans, right, on NSO. Like, on SNES, they had the Wily Wars, right? I don't think they have any Mega Man X games, but it is possible. I wouldn't count it as the realm of possibility, but you can never be too sure. And I think the last thing on the mention is like, okay, well, if they're not going to show everything in a direct, right? Well, if we could predict any more big names, like, if you could think of any dual drops or triple drops, like Castlevania, these games would probably get double dropped together, right? From the list, on the top of my head, like I can't really tell you any like GBA games that aren't on this list that maybe might come over. I just don't know. Or any more double drops. Unless they paired up like tennis with golf, I guess, since they're sports, maybe. But that might be too far of a reach. I don't know, maybe there's like another Harvest Moon game for GBA or something. I don't know. The dopest one I think is Chain of Memories for single player. F-Zero, I still think, you know, multiplayer doesn't get any better than that to me. It's just a quick pickup. And like Mega Man where you have to like grind for your chips and all that, right? Maybe some of your HP, I don't know. Super Robot Tyson sounds good. I swear that's Gundam, but I gotta check that one out. Mega Man, even so, Mega Man Battle Network would be fun. I don't see golf or tennis being amazing since there's other NSO systems, but it'd definitely be something else to play, a variety, so that it is appreciated. So, yeah, I think that just about wrap things up here. That's all I got to say for now. Guys, we're gonna wrap this video up. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all are ready for more GBA content, because I'm definitely ready for F-Zero. Anything after, we'll see what happens, but I don't think I don't know, it depends. There's some of there I personally like, but you know, multiplayer, I've been more into the PvP aspect slash co-op, but it's more PvP because co-op only does so much these days. I don't know. Well, let me know down in the comment section what you're most interested from this video, those week of games, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.